Hello everyone, this is Haplo. I got a wet tambour shark. So this is a video I took, however my sound was off the entire time. So now I'm in iMovie trying to fix it. This first portion of the video is just me going over the mods. I go over each of them, then I try to talk about them. So I'll just kind of explain them in general here in a few seconds once I actually start doing the specifics right now. I'm just doing kind of like an overview generally right now. But you can see, and there's lots of chances to pause and see what mods I'm using, what percentages I'm going to be at. So I think, all right, we're about to start now. So we're going to go to first Brute Alpha. So Brute Alpha, he calls the Brute. He's the tank. In this situation where we don't have the Hellfire tank, you want survivability. So instead of doing offense, I've done health protection, and I've done tenacity and speed. You want Brute Alpha to go as many times as possible because he'll cleanse all the buffs on the other side. He'll heal everybody. He's a very important character, especially if you're, low G12 mods, which most of my cast is. Okay, next is Spy. Okay, he's your big damage dealer. You want him to hit hard, and you want him to hit often. So speed, critical chance, and critical damage. He's a slow character, so 228 is pretty good. He's a little squishy, 20,000 each, but he'll get a boost from the leadership ability of Brute Alpha. His damage is 3,300, but his critical damage is 222. You'll see in the game, or the run, that he's going to hit for like 150, 160, crazy. But it's great. Next, fun fact, total tank. Tenacity and survivability, health and protection. Speed not so much matters because he has a great counter, but you want his tenacity to be like 100%. I got it to 95 without really kind of cutting into his health protection, which is my mods for Malik. So I took those over. You have to mod swap. You have to. Until we get Hellfire tank, you have to. And we're not going to get Hellfire tank until people start getting 6-star Treyas. Okay, the next is, I forget, Poggle. Okay, Poggle is actually the most important character in the group. He has to have super high potency. His basic is ability block. Without ability block, you cannot beat this mission, especially without Hellfire tank. So he's a little squishy, his speed's decent, so he has to be super fast and super potent. He's at 112. I'm actually using my mod set I use for C3PO in phase 1 of the Heroic Sith Raid. Okay, what else to say about him? I mean, obviously the more health and protection the better, the more speed the better, but the potency is key. Actually, I think the king is more potency. Okay, last is Geonosian Soldier. You do not have to worry about his speed. I kind of get lost because I don't read it slow enough, but you can see here that on every single crit scored, he gets 25% turn meter, which means every single time, and that's scored, not like a basic ability, so every single time he's pulled to attack through Hive Mind, if he scores a crit, he's going to get 25% turn meter. So really, the only thing you need or care about is modding him so that he gets to 91% critical chance. And the reason why you want 91% is because due to the leadership mechanics, he gets a bonus 9% critical chance. So you can see in a few seconds that I get him to about 93% critical chance. With the bonus, he's at like 102% critical chance. That means every single time he hits someone, he's going to crit. He's going to get 25% turn meter. Every single time he's drawn, he's going to get 25% turn meter. He's going to go the most out of every single character. Okay, got a work email there. Sorry about that. Okay, you see though, he's very squishy. I would love to get his health and whatever we call it up, but I don't think I'm going to do that until I actually start getting G12 mods on him. I guess slight overview. The only person who's got a full set of G12, not G12 plus, is Brood Alpha. I think 2 others have 1 or 2 G12 mods. I think Poggle has, just because of random drop, a G12 13 or G12 plus mod. Okay, I think we're going to start now. So I'm going to talk for a little bit during each session, but there's really no need to talk through the entire thing. So I'll probably stop talking and then fast forward and then start talking again. So in phase 1, the big thing you should know is these guys are loaded with turn meter at the start, which means they're going to hit you first. There's no way to do it. You just got to survive. You saw probably before that I almost died with my brood. That would have sucked. Thank God I did it for survivability. So now that we've started, we have to put ability block on everybody. But the most important people to put ability block on are the AoE dealers. And so that's sergeants, that's going to be certain Jedi, that's going to be certain named troopers. And then once we get ability block on those AoE dealers, we want to put ability block on medic. And this is not like kill one, then go to the next. No, this is literally back and forth, ability block on every single person. And then, just make sure if someone's not going to have ability block when their turn's coming, just make sure they're not someone who is AoEing. Now, Poggle's special will grant offense up, but it would also cleanse all debuffs. So I don't tend to use it until I actually have a debuff to cleanse. Spy, you always want to use his expose everyone first and then wait for his next turn to hit someone hard and hopefully take him out. I think this first time I'm going to try to take medic out. Now medic is a tank, and just watch. I'm about to do it. I think I'm thinking about if I want to take someone else out, but I'm going to do it right now. I can't see, let me see if I can see the number this time out. I couldn't see the number, but all of his protection's gone. That's not an insignificant thing. So even though I didn't one-shot him, he is in far worse condition than he was. So now I'm just going to span around, putting ability blocks on every single person who has an AoE. Probably going to use. I don't want to taunt with Sunfac until I absolutely have to. I don't want Brute to die, and I think maybe Brute dies a couple of times here, but that's fine. When you can, you should heal. There's no sense waiting on it. You want that to kind of roll around as much as possible. The only time you would hold off on it is if you're going to go into the next round, and you may need it if they are preloaded with turn meter and they're going to kill your Brute right away. Then you want to be able to call them right away, because Brutes come back. They're cheap to replace, but your other guys are not. Okay, I'm going to stop recording my voice for a little bit, and then we'll start again. Okay, we're going to start now, phase 2. Alright, so we got Barris with a Zeta. We have another AoE Sergeant, so he's got to get ability block right away. Okay, this Sentinel also does, and he hits like a fucking tank, an AoE, so I'm going to try to put ability block on him right now, which is great. He did it. But he cleansed himself. I didn't know they can do that. Alright, so then Sharpshooter, he can take out a tank easy if he is allowed to mark him. So then you ability block him, and you kind of go through the entire thing again. Back and forth. Try to cleanse a fence up when you see it. Alright, I'm gonna cover up, boom. Alright, that's gonna ability block him. Not gonna heal yet, I don't think. Yep, I'm gonna take that offense off him. Sharpshooter. And that's it. Gonna keep on going around and around until everyone's gonna be done. I don't know who I actually go for here. I think maybe I go to Barris. Yep, that's right. I'm gonna try to get rid of Barris, but that's not gonna work. And then I'm gonna have to go, sorry, back to cleansing everybody. All right, probably gonna do that Sergeant next. Yep. And just around and around until you get ability block on everybody. Now, the funny thing is about this round, and I kind of figured it out about halfway through, Barris heals, but there's not a lot of people here to hurt you. So if you want, you can actually let Barris live and get rid of your AoE damage dealers if you like. And then you can spend, a good couple of minutes just healing your guys up. Because every single time they heal, they're going to gain more protection. They're going to be more this. So if you can get rid of the AoE guys, you can actually use Barris against herself. And, take more turns, let her heal people up. That can't really hurt you. And then use your shield special on Brute Alpha to heal everyone up again. But you got to make sure you get rid of the AoE damagers or the heavy hitters like Sharpshooter. So he can kill you one shot if you let him do his specials too much. So I think I figured it out right about now. And then when it's done, I'm like, oh, okay, we can start again. So, all right, so that's it. For, I think, the rest of the mission, I'm just going to try to heal myself up. So I'll pick it up again at Phase 3. Okay, going into Phase 3. Now this one is important. No one can kill you more than Arc Trooper. He has this crazy AoE that not only hurts you, but will also confuse you. So it doesn't matter if there's 1,000 AoE damage dealers on the board, you must ability block Arc Trooper. Now, the only good thing about that is Arc Trooper is one of the slower troopers. So you usually have time to go around and ability to block everybody else while you're worrying about ability blocking troopers. You can see there I turned off that whole condense buffs and debuffs so you can see them. You don't want to waste time trying to debuff someone that's already got ability block, and you definitely don't want to miss the fact that someone's lost ability block. They lose it, right when they take a turn. So it's kind of hard to forget. But if you got, 6-7 people in a squad, you want to just make sure, you go around the loop, just trying to slowly get them. So, it's pretty much the same dance here. Making sure everyone has ability block. You'll see Fortify. It doesn't really matter. None of that stuff matters. As long as you can ability block everyone, which you should be able to do if you have a super high potency Poggle. It might take, 1 or 2 hits. You might not get ability block the first time because you might need to put tenacity down on them with someone and there's various people on the team that can do that. I think Poggle's one of them. So, don't get discouraged. You just want Poggle to be as super high potency as possible, and this should work for you. And so follow the mods, follow the things, and then once we get Hellfire Tank, it gets infinitely easier. You don't have to. You can do it with 5 mods. I've seen people do it 5 mods with crap, G12 gear pieces, and it's easy because, that tank, unblockable tenacity down, stagger this, 1,000 things. I mean, this round was 25 minutes. So if you still mod swapped and do what I'm doing here, you could probably finish this in 10 minutes. It's really that bad. Or you can remod people for offense. You don't really need as much health and survivability on, probably Brute Alpha if, you're in that position to just, use the tank. Now, one thing too I want to make very clear. I have both Zetas on Brute Alpha. That makes this so much easier and probably so much faster. You could probably do it without it because it's just about the amount of damage, but it does help you. I think this is more about mods than anything else. Okay, Zone 4. Now, big forehead guy, Karimundi, he has an amazing AoE. You have to ability block him. Pons has an amazing AoE. You have to ability block him. So we got Sergeant, we got Pons, and we got Kaimundi. Both those guys have to get AoEs. There is no AoEs with Mace Windu, and there's no AoEs with the regular Trooper. But Mace Windu will also have a special which can one-shot people sometimes. So you got to be careful. You'll see I'm going to lose Sunfac here later on in this mission because I didn't know that Mace Windu could one-shot somebody because, one, I never really lasted this long in this phase with my other tries, and two, most people know that you have to ability block Mace Windu. So you can see we're doing the same thing as usual. Trying to heal when we can, ability block when we can, make sure you get ability block on Medic at all times, especially when you start getting the troopers lower. I don't think Medic can revive a Jedi, but I don't want to find out. So as soon as I start getting guys super low, and any chance I get, I try to put ability block on him. Did I forget? Yeah, this is where it gets a little scary and I freak out a little bit. I'm forgetting to take out or put ability block on Sergeant with offense up. Boom. He almost killed me. Now I started freaking out. I didn't know if I had heal. I didn't know when it was going to come. That was a big mistake. I should not have gone for that other person. I should have tried to get the offense off of Sergeant at least, and then try to ability block him, because once he starts hitting or he starts AoEing, especially with defense up, that could decimate a team. I was very lucky I didn't die. Okay, so now I can kill these two guys without really worrying about it because Medic has ability block. So if you can get rid of two guys, even though Medic's alive, because he has ability block on him, that's fine. I'm not really worried about them coming back because I know I can kill him fast if I need to. But I really just want to make sure I start taking less damage because I am, I'm getting hurt here. All right. This will be interesting to see because I did not recall seeing when my Sunfac died, and it's going to happen shortly. So I think maybe Kaimundi. Oh no, that's it. That's right. Waste one shots him right into the face. I don't know if you can ignore taunt, but that was, thank God it was Sunfac and not Brute Alpha, because that would have been game over. So now I'm freaking out a little bit because I do not. I'm down a Genoshan, but not just a Genoshan. I'm down my spare tank, which is not something I particularly would love, but that happens. Alright, so, oh, one-shotted again. But I was able to call him back, which is fine, and now he's full health. I gotta get rid of Kyomundi because with, what's his name, one-shotting folks all the time, I'm in trouble. I think maybe he can't ignore taunt, but he can. I must have had taunt on Sunfac somehow. Alright, he's gonna die. Alright, we're almost there now. Almost there now. This is still exciting, even though I know the outcome. I have to say, this is probably the most fun I've had in this game since the Malik event. Actually, no, this has been more. This round was more fun than the Malik event because Malik just kind of felt like work. This is something I've been working towards, and I think we're all working towards, or at least we should be working towards. And it really came down to being smarter than the game rather than, just joining the biggest guild you possibly could in order to, ride the coattails. And so now that we can do this without Hellfire attack means we'll be in a much better position to do it when we have Hellfire attack. And it means that as long as folks are willing to put the extra Zeta on Brood Alpha, in the meantime, we should be able to get more Watt shards quicker, which means we'll be able to get Watt quicker, which means we'll be in a much better position for territorial wars and everything else. And that's it. Big man dies last. Well, that's it, folks. We got the reward. You'll see your one lonely Watt shard coming soon. Come and help whenever you want. Let me know if you have any questions. Happy to answer any specific questions. Happy to look at your mods if you want to send me screenshots. And happy hunting.